behind every part of the Lion, Eclipse, Apex, Delta, and Vector ST lies the story of dedication, craftsmanship, and knowledge. Born from nothing, carefully crafted, they dominate circuits with adrenaline-fueled intensity. From podium to pit lane, the team's contagious joy resonates, celebrating their triumphant journey. As the world grappled with the effects of the COVID-19 crisis, the team adapted to remote working conditions, utilizing technology to collaborate and innovate remotely. With the addition of skilled individuals to Superbike, we were poised to tackle challenges with fresh perspectives and innovative approaches. And this all led to the making of our newest Superbike. This year, there is a new team at the forefront. Stay tuned as we take you on a journey through the evolution of our newest Superbike, pushing the boundaries even further of what's possible. But before we're going to tell you more about this, it's first time to reveal our Superbike.
It all started as a small idea by a group of motivated students, building an electric superbike to show what electric vehicles are really capable of, building an electric superbike to preserve racing for future generations. It has been 7 years since the beginning of Electric Superbike Twente, and right now we are already ready to reveal the 5th generation superbike. We have come a long way since 2017. With each iteration of our superbike, we raise the technological quality. We find out what works and what doesn't work, and we get to implement those findings in the next superbike. And as we keep raising the level of our superbikes, we start taking on more and more parts ourselves. Where store-bought components sufficed in the history, right now they don't anymore. That's how we keep pioneering in electric mobility. We're pushing ourselves to keep ahead of the change. And although a lot is changing, one thing stays the same: the team spirit. And for me, it's mostly about 2 things. It's about working hard and pushing it to the limit. Pushing it to the limit. Our superbikes are meant for racing. They're meant to take as much power as possible from the battery to the rear wheel. That means engineering to the limit. Getting the maximum out of all the electrical components and building a chassis that can handle it. Our superbikes are meant for racing. And racing-grade superbikes are a difficult thing to design. That's where the second pillar comes in: perseverance. Working hard and making it possible. Putting that much power into the space we have available causes some limitations. And every aspect of our superbike has to work in perfect harmony every second of the race. So, a difficult thing to design, especially when you do it with a group of students that have never done any of this before. But we make it work. We learn and we try and we fail and we try again, until it works. Many late nights and very early mornings went into the making of this superbike. Vector ST. This superbike is the first ever to have battery swapping technology. Her journey started in 2022, when the 6th team of Electric Superbike Twente decided to radically change the backbone of our superbike. They didn't only want to prove that electric racing was possible, they wanted to reshape electric motorsports. So, they decided to tackle the biggest challenge in electric mobility: range. Having a battery pack that can be swapped in 20 seconds allows us to race further than we ever have before. And next to that, it also adds a tactical element to the race. You can drive slower, so you can extend the range of your battery pack, or you can go faster, but have more stops. And it also adds a technological element. You can develop different battery packs for different parts of the race. For example, for qualifying and for the race itself. So, a swappable battery. This might seem like a simple concept, but it's really not. This one decision has impacted almost every single subsystem in our superbike. But, thanks to the perseverance of our team, we made it work. We tried and we failed and we tried again until everything works perfectly. So, Today, we celebrate the start of Vector ST's racing season. After 1.5 years of hard work, it is time to finally show what we have been working on. It is time to show what Vector ST is really capable of. So, we proudly present to you the new and improved race-ready Vector ST. There she finally is, Vector ST in a new appearance. I know you all want to hear a lot more about her, so Eric will tell you more about what's happening inside.
Thank you, Lundy. So yeah, first of all, wow. Here she finally is. After 1.5 years of hard work and hiding her in our workplace, it is finally time, as we can now reveal to you, our Vector ST being race ready. Perhaps some of you have already seen our Superbike before, at maybe even our technical presentation at the beginning of this year. However, a lot has happened since. Firstly, and most prominently, she's gotten a new look. With our new carbon fiber bodywork, this really is a superbike that needs to be seen. However, on the inside also a lot has changed. As for now, she's up, running, and ready to race. Like I said, it took us about 2 years to get where we are today, and in this time we have gathered bookworks worth of knowledge and design documentation. However, I won't be bothering you with all of these details today. For now, I want to keep it a bit short and talk about just 1 second. that one very first second at the start of a race. Soon we will be standing on the grid line in front of the red lights. When they turn off, our rider starts applying the throttle and away we go. At this same instance, a lot is happening within our bike. I would like to tell you how all these systems cooperate to get our rear wheel moving. All starting with the turning of our throttle handle. When this happens, this signal is measured by our ECU, our electric control unit. This is the main onboard computer that we have. It manages all systems going on and controls the parts of our motorcycle. One of which is, of course, the electric motor. But it doesn't send its power to there straight away. No, this power, of course, comes from our battery here in the front. A superbike must be fast and agile. And those are also our main design criteria, as we had to find a battery that can both contain a lot of power and is very compact. Furthermore, this wasn't difficult enough for us, so we decided to also incorporate our newest swapping technology. Whereas Lundy said, we want to swap out our new battery and replace it by a new and fully charged one within seconds in the middle of a race. Now, to do this, we need to fit all our battery management systems within our superbike. Now, and how do we do this? Let's pull our battery out and show us a bit more on the inside. What we have is our battery is composed of multiple modules of battery cells. And these one in turn are composed of the smallest cells, such as this one. It may be small, but they contain a lot of power. This is just a 4-volt battery cell. That's why we had to push a lot of them together with our very own interconnection system, where we've combined 396 of these cells together to reach our full 860 volt potential that powers our bike. Our battery can deliver 240 kilowatts of energy. To put this into perspective, you could not only power a vacuum cleaner with this, but you could also invite your 200 fans, as this battery could power them all at the same time. A standard car battery would have to be 10 times larger than this one. So indeed, it's really compact. Furthermore, what we've done with this Furthermore, pulling this much electricity out of a battery does come with its risks. That is why we are monitoring each and every cell on its voltage and its temperature. This we do with our own circuit boards. These boards are indeed capable of recording this data. In collaboration with our telemetry system, they can send to us live in our pit box, and they're also capable of switching off all electric power in case they measure something being not safe. These circuit boards we had to design ourselves, again, to make sure every single bit fits within our very own battery casing, such that we can pull everything back together in our bike as one singular unit. So, let's see where our power goes now. When we push our battery back into our bike, this power, these wires go to our inverter here on top, where normally a fuel tank would be. Our inverter is responsible to convert the raw power that it gets from our battery and tune it to the 5 waveforms that power the true muscle of our electric bike, the electric motor. Our superbike has an internal permanent magnet synchronous motor. It is a truly one-of-a-kind motor that is made specially for this superbike. To explain a bit more what this means, let's take a look how it looks on the inside. It's an internal permanent magnet motor. That means that there are permanent magnets on the driving shaft of our electric motor. These are magnets just like you have on your refrigerator, for example. Well, not exactly just like it, as these magnets are so strong they could actually move your fridge if you wanted to. But so that's what's on the inside. Furthermore, it's a synchronous motor. What this means is, besides our magnets, we have a coil of wire around it. When we push electricity through this coil of wire, it also becomes a magnet. These new magnets are attracting each other, and that is the force that drives our superbike. However, our electric motor is not so simple as this. It's not one set of magnets. There are 6 pairs of it in our core, and it's surrounded by a full circle of coils around it. All of these magnets, all of these coils are interfering with each other, pulling force on each other, making it a really complicated system. Therefore, it is really important that if you want to get all the power out of this electric motor we can, that we apply electricity to the right coils at the exact right time. To figure out how to do this, we had to do a lot of experiments. We did over 100 tests with different settings to find out how we can get the most power. And the results didn't disappoint. The newest testing results show that our electric motor can reach efficiencies of up to 97%. With this, we can reach peak performances of 200 kilowatts of power. This is about 3 times a car engine. So, our electric motor is a true powerhouse. However, it's also very compact. And that again has to do with the way that the electric motor works. Again, we have our coil of wires and our magnets turning with our on the shaft. However, it doesn't matter how fast how fast our magnets move. They still apply the same force. Therefore, we do not have to be bothered with any gearing system, clutches that other cars or motorcycles would need, reducing the complexity and the size of our electric motor. We have just one straight set of gears that transfer the force from our electric motor through our rear wheel, and this will for sure get our wheel spinning. Working with these high levels of electricity and powers, it does come with its heat production as well. Even though we don't have any combustion in this electric bike, there is still a lot of heat coming from our electromotor as well as from our inverter down here. So, we have to cool this. For a car, this would not be that much difficulty. We just put a radiator in front of it and call it a day. However, for us it's a bit more difficult, as we don't have that much front of a bike to work with. So we really have to optimize every single inch that we've got. Now, how did we do that this year? Down below we have a customly shaped radiator to really optimize the space that we have. And also in the front, in the nose fairing, we have built a carbon fiber duct to really guide the air through our radiators. Also in the back, below our battery, there is a carbon duct to guide the air away from our electromotor and to the side, optimizing the airflow. This will for sure keep our superbike cool. All these components working together in harmony. That is what makes it possible for our electric motor to get the rear wheel spinning. That is what makes our electric motor able to do this. So let me now give the word to Alex, our technical manager, who will tell you more what the rest of this year will have to hold.
Thank you, Erik. So, what does the future hold? What's up next? Well, currently we're in a very exciting phase with a lot of testing and optimizing going on. And with each test, we're pushing Vector ST into unknown territory, going faster and harder each time. And while it's exciting, when things go wrong, it also brings a lot of frustration. We've had multiple major setbacks this year, but nothing that has stopped us from pushing through and solving the challenges at hand. And bit by bit, we're finding all the teething problems of Vector ST and fixing them. And although you can't see it from the outside, Vector ST has had many internal changes, resulting in a more mature and reliable product. And with this maturing of Vector ST, our team has also matured into a well-oiled machine. I remember at the beginning of our year, we were like a turbulent storm, with ideas and tasks swirling uncontrollably in every direction. But through our dedication and teamwork, we have transformed into a symphony orchestra, where each team player plays their part harmoniously, resulting in a beautiful and organized performance. And now it's time to put both the machine and the team to the test. Well, as you've already heard by now, Vector ST is unique due to battery swapping capabilities. And in January, we presented our design and our idea for the battery swap pit stop. And now after this presentation, you will also be able to see the battery swap in action. But to have a quick pit stop during the race, we need to achieve battery swapping perfection. And what does that mean? That means next to our normal testing, we are practicing the battery swap pit stop until we can do it with our eyes closed. And once we have achieved battery swapping perfection and pushed Vector ST to our absolute limits on the test track, it's time for the most exciting chapter of our year, going to the races. Behind me, you can see our race calendar for this season. We'll start in the top left corner, which is the current day, and we'll go around the circuit of time. On the 18th of May, we have our race simulation at the TT Assen circuit, where we will observe and practice what a real race weekend looks like. And then, on the 12th and 13th of July, we have our very first International Dutch Championship race, also at the TT Assen circuit. It's a special edition which lasts 2 days, which means 2 races and also 2 battery swaps. And then, in the beginning of August, we have Jack's Racing Day. Here we will showcase Vector ST and our battery swapping capabilities to 100,000 die-hard motorsport fans. And then the big finale, on the 10th of August, we'll be going to Finland to race against our biggest competition, the student team from Finland. At the newly revised Kimi-ring, we'll be racing during the Finnish Championship race weekend, and we'll have our own dedicated race. And once again, we will see if Twente comes out on top. Truly a fantastic event to end our year. And all of these races and events aim to prove the concept of the battery swap and show the motorsport industry that electric motor racing has and deserves a seat at the table. And now, I probably already hear you thinking, who is going to ride the superbike? Well, funny enough, that's actually the question we get the most. Who will ride it? Is it one of you guys? Well, while I know there are many people in our team who would love to race Vector ST across the track, it's time to present our official riders for this season. Firstly, I'd like to present our main rider, Thijs Westerbrink, who you just saw ride the motor into the building. Let's give him another round of applause. Riding on the number 24 and at just 17 years old, Thijs is an up-and-coming, talented professional rider who is racing in the International German Championship. Next, who sadly couldn't make it today, riding on the number 4, we have Finn de Bruin. Finn de Bruin has been with us for many years and will this year once again be our reserve racer. And last but not least, on the number 23, we have Virgil Bloemhart. Currently, as we speak, he is racing in an endurance race at Circuit Zolder. He is a professional street circuit racer who will ride for us mainly in Finland. And with these events and these talented riders, Electric Superbike Twente 7 is set, ready and excited for an amazing racing season. Finally, I'd like to give the word to Dirk, who will tell you more about the beautiful design of our racing machine.
Thank you, Alex. Now let's talk about her new appearance, because you may know Vector ST from previous presentations or pictures, but as you can see, she has changed a lot. She really has to prove something right now, and so does her livery. The aggressive appearance of this superbike goes hand in hand with the speed and power this machine is capable of. Designed only for its maximum, it deserves this look. The year we finished the making of our Superbike 2024 and our main rider, Thijs Westerbrink, who drives on the number 24, are numbers that need to be represented into our livery. And that's why we have put all the partner logos in a 24 degrees offset. Believe me, during stickering, a ruler was my best friend. The different set of lines we have created with this livery showcases the speed this machine is capable of. We aim to push the limits of what is possible, and with the making of our own carbon fiber bodywork, which fits perfectly onto our Superbike, we've yet taken another step towards that limit. The entire process of designing, engineering, producing and decorating our Superbike could not have happened without the help of all our partners. Most of the components on this Superbike need to be custom made and designed to fit perfectly onto our Superbike, such as the PCBs, the chassis, the bodywork, and also the electromotor. Therefore, we established collaborations with multiple partners to achieve the perfect results. This allows us to go through the entire development cycle while making use of all our partner capabilities. I keep saying it, but it is really true. Without partners, no Electric Superbike Twente. Therefore, I want to thank you for your time, effort, and all the other things I did not mention yet that you put into our team. Let's make this year our year and reshape electric motor racing with each other. I want to thank you for your attention, and I want also a big round of applause for EST 6, the previous team, and this team who made this Superbike. And for now, we will just drive the electromotor behind the curtains for safety reasons to swap the battery out, and then we come back with our motorcycle to do the swap in performance here. In the meanwhile, you can take a drink at the bar, but also take pictures with our old bike and have a chat with each other, have a chat with the other teammates. And yeah, I would thank you for your attention.